But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter of my head. Psalm 3 verse 3. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are making some delicious sugar donuts. We made 60 of these for an event and I know you are going to love this. This recipe is very easy to make and ready in a jiffy. So let's get into it. I am going to add some lukewarm water into a bowl. I'll be adding some yeast and sugar, and I'm going to mix this and let it sit for 10 minutes to proof beautifully. So if you are using instant yeast, there is no need to do this, okay? Then whilst we are waiting for our yeast, here are our dry ingredients. We have some bread flour, sugar. We are also going to be using salt and milk powder. I'll mix this very well and set it aside. I'll list everything I used in the description box with their exact measurements. Back to check on our yeast mixture, and it has proved beautifully. I just added some eggs, 3 whole eggs, and I'll mix this, and then I'll be adding vanilla extract as well. So if you are new here, hello, you are welcome to Vicky in the kitchen. Feel free to join this family by subscribing and liking the video. Thank you so much for joining us. So after that, I'll be adding flour. I'll list the quantity as I said earlier in the description box for you to check it out. Today we have a lot of kneading to do, so I'm using my hand mixer. I even wish I had a stronger mixer, but we are going to make do with what we have. I'm going to mix this until the dough is nice and soft. After a few minutes of kneading, you will notice that the dough is coming together. This is the time to add your margarine. This also helps to make the dough elastic and soft. So for the total kneading time, this should take about 10 to 15 minutes with the mixer, but by hand it should be about 20 minutes or more. So you can see that the dough is cleaning up after itself, which means that it is coming off the sides of the bowl easily. That shows that the dough is ready, okay? So we are going to quickly knead it very well, and then once we are done, we proceed with the next step. Our dough is well kneaded. I'm just going to clean up the dough from the mixer and then apply some oil around the dough so that I can spread it on the dough. When it rises, it doesn't stick, okay? I'm just using my spatula. You can see how soft the dough is and how it bounces back when you poke it. It means it's really ready and well kneaded, okay? So that is how beautiful it is. I'll cover this and keep it in a warm place for 40 minutes to an hour. Once your place is warm, it should rise in no time, just like mine did right here. It was rising in about 40 minutes and I was just so happy with the results. I'll flour this a little and punch out all the air from the dough. Then I'll flour my work surface and then put the dough on the work surface so that we begin our cutting. We are going to make the dough into a rough rectangle so that we can cut this. We are going to cut this into 6 pieces. So just like I did, you can start by cutting it into half, and then you will cut the halves into 3 pieces each, making 6 pieces. So if you are watching me to this point and you've not yet liked the video, my darling, please like our video and encourage us on this space. Thank you so much. Once that is done, you are going to make a log with each of the dough and cut them into 10 pieces, okay? So you can cut it into half and cut the other halves into 5, making 10 pieces for each. Then you want to just roll it into a ball, not a perfect ball because we are just allowing it to rest while we work on the rest of the dough, okay? We want everything to be done so that we can fry all at once. If you have a weighing scale, this should be your best time to use that because it helps you get accurate measurements. But I don't have a weighing scale now, so I will just make sure I cut it well. So once I'm done, I've covered everything so that it doesn't dry out. I'll flour my hand a little and roll the dough into a ball. I want to show you how to make your donuts pieces if you don't have a donuts cutter. This first method, you just put your thumb in the middle and then get the hole and stretch the dough a bit like this, and you are done. If you don't want to stress yourself, this is the best way to do it. Then you flour any tray or any baking tray and then put the dough on it and then let it be rising whilst you are working on the rest. Okay, we are going to do a lot of arm work here, so get ready. But if you have a donut cutter, this should be very easy for you. You can just roll it flat and cut it into the donuts. So today we are not using a donut cutter. This is the second method. We are rolling the dough into a ball again, but this time around I am going to roll it with my pin until it's nice and flat, and then use my bottle cover to take out the middle part. Okay, and for the middle part, I'm going to fry that as well into some nice delicious round ones. I know children also like that a lot. I'm going to do it the second time for you to check it out. I want to quickly mention that if you are not using a donut cutter, this donut should rise once you are done working on everything. But if you use a donut cutter, it means that you'll be done pretty quickly, so you should rise it for like 20 to 30 minutes before you fry. Okay, and it's that simple. So I'm going to do everything and make sure that I get equal sizes. But also one downside about this is that because I'm not using a weighing scale and I don't have accurate measurements, sometimes I get smaller pieces of dough. Okay, so what I do when I have smaller pieces of dough is that I roll it like this and poke the middle with my finger just to make sure that I get most of the dough to the side. Are you understanding? Then I'll put the cover in the middle and then I have my donuts ready, and it looks the same as the other ones as well. So that is nice. I'll still keep the middle one for frying, and once I was done, my 60 donuts were rising beautifully. Look at the middle parts, they were all rising beautifully. So I added some oil into my frying pan. This is sunflower oil. You can use any type of oil that you have. Just make sure it's a good oil. Okay, once it heats up under medium to high heat, I put my skewer in there, and then once it bubbles up, I know it is ready. Then I reduce it to medium low heat and start frying the first batch. The first batch that I made on my baking tray, I'm going to fry it in that order so that the rest can rise beautifully. Okay, you can see how the dough is floating in the oil. It means that it has risen and it has become light. So this recipe requires a lot of patience, but once it is risen, it fries in no time. So please pay attention and then be checking on it from time to time. As you can see, I'm using my skewer to just roll it around so that it fries evenly. And you can also check if it's brown enough to your desire by lifting it up to see. Okay, because it fries pretty quick, so if you don't check on it, it can be browner than you want. Okay, so for me, the person I was serving wanted it a little bit browner than the first one, so I had to wait and let the rest brown a bit. So that is what I was doing right here. So if you're an old member, I just want to appreciate you. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so grateful for your support on the channel. Okay, don't stop subscribing, don't stop liking and commenting and sharing. Vicky is grateful. My donuts are almost ready. I'm just going to give it a few moments and then I will take it off the heat. Our first batch is ready and it's looking all good. It was so delicious, soft and fluffy. Guys, you should try this recipe. Even if you're not making 60, divide it by 6 and make 10. You would absolutely enjoy this. Okay, so I had the first batch in some parchment paper to drain the excess oil. I sprinkled some sugar on it, and then, you know, the sugar, if you want it to have sugar, you sprinkle it whilst it's hot so that the sugar can stick. If it's not hot, the sugar will not stick to it, okay? But if you don't want sugar, hey, that's your preference. Please do you, okay? So we kept frying everything. So now we have our sugar on our tray because we have one tray available. We are just applying the sugar on the various donuts so that everything comes out nice and perfect. So after we apply the sugar, we transfer the donuts to our bowl lined with parchment paper so that it can rest nicely. And that is it. The donuts were ready to serve and enjoy. This is our continuation. We have a lot of donuts to fry. We had a lot of donuts to fry this time, and everything was nice and ready. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this recipe, and I'll be glad to read all your nice comments. Until then, stay blessed. Remember, God loves you and has a great plan for your life. See you in my next video. Bye.